Welcome back. The UND men's hockey team was in Omaha this past weekend in need of good results to maintain their grip on a home ice spot for the upcoming NCHC playoffs. For the full recap of how things went down at Baxter Arena, let's go up to Grand Forks to our own Alex Heinert.
Thanks, Kelly. Yes, typically North Dakota has relished making the jaunt south to face the Mavericks. After all, they entered the weekend having won 5 straight in the Cornhusker State and were unbeaten and untied in UNO's newly built Baxter Arena. However, Omaha had been nearly perfect at home all season, using their superiority on home ice to get themselves ahead of UND in the all-important pairwise standings. Something had to give this weekend, and it did, sort of. To the highlights from Friday night, we go to Baxter Arena. Bradbury choosing to start Peter Tomei in goal, second straight start for the freshman from Minneapolis. The Mavs would put him under pressure early, but Pete would come up with the goods. Again, coming off a 7-0 shutout win over Omaha and Grand Forks back in January. Pete, a big stop here on the breakaway to keep it scoreless in the early goings. A little later in the first, Jordan Kawaguchi, who had not scored since way back in the fall, comes up big. A little UND forecheck by Joel Janetwinen, and Kawaguchi right there to take the puck off the defenseman and beat Evan Weniger 1-0 11 minutes into the first. Watch it again. The freshman from British Columbia making good for his third of the season. 1-0 North Dakota midway through the first. That was one of the few even strength goals in this contest for either side. North Dakota on the power play here. 5 minutes later, Matt Kierstead, the freshman defenseman, able to snipe one from just on top of the circle past Weniger. Watch it again. A little traffic in front provided by Trevor Olson. Nice screen to make it 2-0. Weniger thinking, is this going to be like last year when North Dakota scored 16 goals in 2 games at Baxter Arena? It was nearly 3 moments later. Great feed from Rhett Gardner over to Austin Pagansky. Weniger, though, with a big stop. And then about 5 minutes after that, on Omaha's first power play chance of the night, the Mavericks make good. Tyler Vessel sniping his 11th of the season. 2-1 though, UND still up here in the second. And again, the North Dakota power play on track. Colton Pullman with the blast from the point. Shane Gersich there for the redirect. 10th of the season for Shane Pagansky in front as well. Back to a 2-goal advantage for North Dakota. Things looking good, but Hayden Shaw takes an ill-advised interference penalty. And again, the Maverick power play, which was ranked second in the country coming into this weekend, strikes again. Teemu Pulkkinen in front, able to redirect the Zach Jordan shot. And then a couple of minutes later here, another power play chance in the second. And it's Jordan this time, able to bang home the rebound in front. Actually, the shot from Jordan hitting off of Hayden Shaw. Pete Tomei just has to shake his head. What do you do when your teammate is knocking in the goal for you? Later on in the period, great stretch pass up the ice, played initially by Martin Sundberg and Ryan Galt there. This one not on the power play, the first non-power play goal since the first period. A long review to see if it was offside. Ends up counting for Galt, his third of the season. That made it 4-3. 2 empty net goals, the first there by Luke Nogard, the second by David Pope in the final 2 minutes. And that gives us your final, 6-3. The Mavs rack up 5 unanswered goals in this contest to pick up their first win over North Dakota in Omaha since January of 2015. UND outshoots UNO 41-26, but the penalty kill cannot contain that power play, and that ends up being the difference in game number 1.
We played well enough to win, we just didn't find a way to get the job done, and obviously their power play was firing on all cylinders, and that was a big part of the game.
I thought overall our forwards were forechecking pretty well. DU might need to get a little sharper in our own end, moving pucks up and out and into our forward stands, but I thought the first couple periods we played a decent game, and they just kind of took over in the third. Give them credit, they're a good power play. They're at like 30%, probably more now. So we got to find a way to slow them down tomorrow.
We have a lot of confidence in the fact that we're going to come back tomorrow and build as a team and try and get that win tomorrow night.
After the 6-3 defeat on Friday, Bradbury going back to his senior in net. Cam Johnson making his first start in 3 games. Cam, who's had a lot of success in Baxter Arena, undefeated all time, but it would be his opposition goaltender that would be tested early. Evan Weniger back in net after the win the night before. Couple of good chances for North Dakota in the first period, both from defense and offense. Colton Pullman generating the shot there. Casey Johnson hacking away in front. Weniger with 12 saves in that first period to keep North Dakota out. Cam Johnson equally as good at the other end. 10 saves in the first, 22 in the opening 2 periods for Cam, who was all over the place. He said he was playing with a little chip on his shoulder, and we saw that right from the beginning. Here in the second period, North Dakota threatening. Great move there by Christian Wolanin. The finishing touch not there from Joel Janatuinen, but North Dakota would get on the board. 8 minutes in, Colton Pullman the initial shot. Shane Gersich right there to clean up. Second goal in as many games for Shane, now the team leader in that category. Nice move by Colton. And the junior from Chaska able to beat Weniger low stick side. 1-0, again 8 minutes into the second, North Dakota up. Breakaway chance here for the Mavs later in the period, and again, Cam coming up with the goods, able to stone Jack Jordan on the doorstep, keeping it 1-0. Later in the third period now, North Dakota back on the board. Johnny Simonson, all he does is score against the Mavericks. Another goal against his older brother's team. Josh Rieger putting one in off the red paint here at Baxter Arena. Simonson playing the carom perfectly. That makes it 2-0, 5 minutes into the third, and then it was all UND defense from there. Great job by Cam and this defensive unit to keep out that Maverick power play, which was so good the night before. Penalty kill tonight, 4 for 4 on game number 2 for UND against the Maverick attack. Weniger able to keep his team in it. North Dakota a couple of good chances to extend the lead. He would be pulled at the tail end, and then watch this snipe from Rhett Gardner from the defensive zone, from the neutral zone actually, just in front of the blue line. Rhett able to score the empty netter to make it 3-0, and that would be your final. 11th career shutout for Cam Johnson, now alone in second place in UND history for career shutouts, behind only Carl Gehring's 16. The win for North Dakota, the 1,500th in program history, and the milestone could not have come at a better time.
Tonight versus last night, our game plan, or nothing really changed. You know, we liked our 5-on-5 play last night, and I guess the message was pretty much the same, just to obviously clean up on a little bit of special team stuff, you know, more so on our penalty kill, and we did that tonight. I think they had 4 power plays, and we shut them out there, so that was huge.
Credit to Cam. He controls rebounds really well. You saw how he's fighting through screens on the penalty kill there. He was our best penalty killer tonight, and he showed. He's senior goaltender, national champion, and he showed it tonight, and that's what we're going to need going forward.
You know, when guys are out there blocking shots and doing the right things, then, you know, it puts an onus on me to do my job back there. So, you know, it was a full team effort tonight, and everyone bought in and did it.
Win's a win, and you want to, you know, enjoy it and build off it for sure and take that momentum, but got to turn the page quick here. It's getting down to crunch time, and obviously splitting this series, I mean, we can't afford to do many more of those, so we got to really bear down on this next weekend, and hopefully have a great week of practice leading into it.
Winning's fun, losing stinks. You know, we had a sour feeling in our mouths last night, and fortunately we were able to come out here and get a win. So we got to just carry this momentum and keep doing those little things, keep working hard, and eventually the bounces will turn, and, you know, the tides will turn. We'll be all right.
North Dakota picks up a big win on Saturday night for the second weekend in a row. We'll hear the thoughts of head coach Brad Berry when Midco Sports Tonight returns.
Midco Sports Tonight, presented by Avera Orthopedics.